I'll do it. If they emailed back to me, I didn't see it in time, so I'll just do it. Didn't call me just 7 o'clock. He said, come out and never asked. So I wanted to, I mentioned it. So I'm just asking, anybody who was willing to, I mean, and I'm not like Austin wanted to spread up. It's people who come to the thing. All right. Yeah, I'm wondering again. I guess the better way to do it, rather than do a open call, we just have to get there first. Okay, that was, but yeah, I'll do the. Thank you. I don't know if you're happy with this one. Good. Then I won't ask you that.
Excuse me, any of you are entitled to your complimentary books, please come to my desk. They're here.
Is just audio or is there?
That's just the accompaniment.
Okay, I'll just leave it up there and
start whether we're ready or not. Good afternoon and welcome. Our invocation today is Sidra Kane. There she is. Okay, I guess I need to stand on my tippy toes here. We have a lovely prayer today that has to do with the theme for today, with music and entertainment. And it was found by Stu, who can find these things. He's just absolutely wonderful in that. So I'm happy to be able to do this. Creator God, you hear us, our words in prayer, our silent thoughts and pleas at each note or melody we sing and play. May our praises today connect with heaven and unite our hearts with the sound of eternity. Lord, may the gifts of our voices and melodies of our instruments move with the work of your Holy Spirit. May we bring light into dark places, restore hope and vision to all those who are oppressed, and well-being and health to all those who suffer. May our performances today be a platform for you, our God, to touch our lives afresh. Amen. Thank you, Sidra. Our song leader today is Arlene Sawat.
Thank you, President Katie. Well, because of the music competition, I thought we would do the Sound of Music, but Julie Andrews had some nodules taken out of her throat, and now she can't sing, and I certainly don't have the range or the perfect pitch that she has. So let's do something equally challenging. Let's do the national anthem. And here's your note. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's was so proud at the twilight stand by stars to the pale for the ramparts to be so gallant.
Thanks, Arlene. Our Sergeant at Arms this morning is Nancy Anderson, and she's going to keep me in line. Thank you. Our Sergeant at Arms today is still Nancy Anderson. There she is. We have an international visitor today. It's not on. Is the battery dead?
Thank you, thank you. It is indeed the pleasure to have Charlotte from the Netherlands, Amsterdam. She's going to say a few words to us.
Hello, everybody. I arrived yesterday from a long flight. It's really great to be here. It's my first Rotary visit in the States, so thanks for having me. I'm come from a little town in Hilversum. Been a member for 8 years, and we will be 100 years in 5 years. So yeah, got couple of years to go. And I brought stroopwafels. Do you know what it is, Bob? No? It's a Dutch cookie. So can I hand the cookies to you? And then I have the flag for you from my hometown. Thank you.
Over there, we have our whole thing. And of course, Murray from Canada. You gonna say something or not?
I'm just gonna say that I'm going to the hockey game tonight. And my Calgary Flames are here, so good luck.
Do we have visiting Rotarians today? Do we have guests of Rotarians today?
I have Shayna Fry. She's like my daughter. Her parents were like family to me. I've known her since she was 1 day old. And of course, we lost her parents, so she's like my daughter. And I'm happy to have her here today.
President Kitty, my fellow Rotarians, it's my pleasure to have my wonderful bride Judith here today. And also Tim Mullins is joining us from USO.
Do we have any more guests today?
We've got Brian Morris with ProGrade Carpet Cleaning. He's here for the 3rd time as a guest of the club, and I think we're looking to join him. All right, thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Melanie, yeah?
Nikki told me that there's only 5 days left for you to protest me. So she's going to let me introduce myself. If any of you are having qualms or questions about it, come see me. We can talk about your favorite charity, possibly. And then my guest today, who's also applying for membership, you've met before, Lizzie. And stop. Nikki's trying to put the cane around my neck and drag me off the stage. And thank you for letting me back in, I think.
Hi, I'm Virginia Newton. This is my 2nd time as a guest, and have put in my application and waiting to see if I get vetoed or not. So I own a personal and professional development company.
Nikki, do we have any other guests? Is that it?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to let Daniel introduce himself as a guest of the club today because I would butcher his last name. So here he is.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel DeOndefast. It's way harder on paper. DeOndefast, yeah. It's a bunch of different letters and words mixed together. So just say, hey, you, and I'll respond to that. Thank you so much for having me here. I first heard of the Rotarians from the Chandler chapter in Arizona and heard very good things. So a good friend of mine is part of it. So I want to come to Las Vegas where I live to check out what you guys do here. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Do we have any other guests today?
I think we got them all.
Okay, let me introduce the head table then. I have Renee Gamero, who is going to take over the meeting shortly. Susan Ziobro, our guest from the Netherlands, Charlotte. Michael Williams, who's assisting Renee, and Bruce Frazee. Round of applause for the head table. We have a few announcements today. Karen Wisenhunt. Is Karen here? There she is.
First, let me say happy 118th birthday to Rotary International, which is today. Okay, the Las Vegas and Downtown Rotary Club hosted a team of boys from France for the Mayor's Cup International Soccer Tournament this past weekend. Competing in the tournament were 560 teams of boys from the US, Canada, Mexico, France, England, Japan, Bolivia, and New Zealand. Our boys did a very good job and made it to the quarterfinals where they lost out. On the second game, one of the boys had a serious injury and spent 6 hours at the emergency ward. Unfortunately, he broke his tibia and fibula. Even with his injuries, he still showed up for the next 2 games. On behalf of the club and the boys, I would like to thank the host families who hosted these boys, providing meals, transportation, and accommodations for 10 days. The boys leave tomorrow. Thank you to Bert Reiner, Rob Pistone, Russ Swain, Kimberly McMahon, and of course the Maffey clan who provided host families and support for the team. And thank you to the club for supporting the Mayor's Club for 16 years now. Your support has made a difference in the lives of many wonderful young men, given them an opportunity of a lifetime. So thank you, Katie.
Thanks, Karen. David Jones is standing, he's right there.
Sorry about that. Thank you, President Katie. 25 Club will be a week from today at Sarah Thornton's house. So whether you are a 25 Club member or not, please sign up. It goes around. It will be a potluck. So we'll have something for you to eat. Tom Krove is giving our presentation on organizational structure. I know it's kind of boring, but basically our club has a constitution, and how the constitution works. No. Not his presentation. It's the topic. Tom is going to make this as lively as he possibly can. So come to hear Tom's lively presentation on the Constitution and bylaws of our club. And then also, I have one other thing just to say. If you'll notice on the screen that rotates around, we have a QR code for the book, for our centennial book that's going out. All you have to do, thank you, Stu. Stu is the one that likes the QR codes. All you have to do to buy the book, point your camera on your phone to that, and it'll automatically take you to the place where you can buy the book right on your phone right then and there. Thank you, President Katie.
Thank you. Tom, the rest of us love you. And Jim Hunt.
Thank you, President Katie. Yes, in just a few short weeks, we're going to have our cigar fellowship at Tom Krove's home, where he's going to have a special green beer for David. We're really looking forward to the weather changing, getting nicer out by then. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. This is, if you haven't been to Tom's home on the 15th hole at TPC, you're missing something. Don't miss it. It's a great time. We've got a lot signed up already, but we need you to sign up so we can get you on the guest list for the guard shack at the coming into TPC. As always, it's a whopping $10 donation to our foundation. We ask if you're going to smoke cigars, bring 3 cigars, 1 to smoke, 1 for the troops, and 1 for an exchange that we do. It's a potluck. Family of Rotary is helping out with that. So it's going to be a party. It's going to be a really good time. Mark your calendars for March 17th on St. Patrick's Day. Thanks.
Thanks, Jim. And Marie Walsh. who sadly is going to be leaving us soon.
Thank you, President Katie. Well, it's a time in life for me to be near my family. So I'm moving back to Boston. Yeah, I know it's very hard. It's mixed emotions and it's very hard on me, but it's the best for me and the best for my family. But I want you to know, I don't know if I can make it. I want you to know that I had a wonderful 10 years here and I love you all. And please keep me in your prayers. Well, that being said, let's forget about that now. Let's talk about Breakfast with Books or the Family Literacy Program. We need everyone to come forward on March the 7th at 7:15 in the morning to help give out the books and a little breakfast to our kids. Please come and help us. We had meetings about what happened, and I hope it's all fixed. So please come and help us on March the 7th. Thank you.
Let's come and support Marie. That'll be her last one. Yep. Stulipa.
I'm giving my best.
She's
Good.
working for her, Bill. Thank you, President Katie, and good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. I want to remind everybody, because this is the last chance for you to sign up to participate in the Reading Week. Next week, all week, Monday through Friday, is Nevada Reading Week. And 4 of our 6 served schools have asked us to provide volunteers who are willing to come in, spend an hour or 2, and read to the kids. It's really easy to do. You check in at the school with a librarian. Either bring your own favorite children's book, or the librarian will give one to you. We'll assign you to a classroom or 2, depending on how much time you have, and you'll be there with the teacher talking to the kids. These are the 4 schools. None of them are more than about a 5 or a 6-minute drive from Lowry's here, so they're all fairly nearby. You can sign up by going to the link on the bottom with your computer, fifthwheel.lvrotary.us, or you can use your cell phone, and you can go to the QR code that's in the back of the wheel. Just point your cell phone to the back of the wheel, and you can sign up. Pick the day of the week and the time, and it's wonderful for the kids to see people other than their teacher in the room, and it'd be great for you to see what these kids are like that we're serving. So thank you. Please sign up if you have time.
Did you get a lot of people signed up, Stu? Do you have a lot of people signed up?
I don't know
Okay.
because I can't. It's one way. It goes to
Okay.
the school. So.
Okay. Well, it's easy to do. I figured it out, so anybody can. So. David Thorson.
Good afternoon, everybody. I was tricked into maintaining my post as district education chair for the coming Rotary year, which means I'll be organizing the district training assembly. And so I wanted to give you a heads up that that's going to be April 22nd, which also happens to be my birthday. And who wouldn't want to come celebrate my birthday in lovely Victorville, California at 6 a.m. on a Saturday or whatever time we have to leave here to get here. However, it is a requirement of being on our board to attend the district training assembly. We had a great turnout last year. We're going to try to make it a really effective program this year. So if you're on the incoming board, plan on being there. And if you have interest in being on the board or serving in a leadership position in our club, I think it's a great opportunity to come and learn about how the inner workings of Rotary work. So see you all then. Then just a personal point of interest, it's really happy that it's Dan Stover Day. Both of my kids competed in this contest. Some of the people that have been in the club for a while might remember. So I'm thrilled to see the musicians. Welcome to our club musicians. We're really happy to have you.
Thanks, David. And we have an announcement for the centennial celebration. I'm not sure who's making it. Okay. Tony can do it.
I have no idea what's going on. No, Things are getting really, really tense because we're getting close to the celebration. We've got all kinds of plans. We've got Nate Tannenbaum as the MC. We're working on the run of show for the agenda. But one thing that's really important is we are looking to get more ads for the program. And as the email talked about from John Pally, who is not here, anybody, whether you have a business, you work or not, you can do an ad. You can do a little business card size, $250. Say something fun, say something congratulatory and uplifting. We've got another 100 years more to go.
Thank you, Tony. And I'd like to thank the people that put the meeting together today, Kathy Mahan and Bob Warner, doing the setup, Michael Williams and Larry Goldstein for being greeters, and Nancy Anderson, who greeted me when I came in, Marie Walsh for selling tickets, Jason Federico is our scribe today, Jim Tucker, our past president, is our photographer, Austin Wyrick doing the AV, Larry Kahn and Michael Williams doing the cleanup afterwards. And our pot last week was up to $3,900. And we have a ticket to draw for that. If I can read it, it's 1595133. Three. 5133. Wrong number? Is it yours? 5133? Jackie. Next week, the pot will be bigger. Jack, you want your $10? Sorry. Pay for your tickets. And for $50 in Lowry bucks, we have 1595151. Stu? No. Jason? 5151. No, you're good. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you. Okay. And for the gala ticket that was donated by Tom Thomas, it's 15949. I can't read that. 4966. 4965. 4966. There you go, our prospective member. Thank you. And you'll be on the list for your ticket. Thank you. Wait. Okay, I am going to turn the meeting over to Renee, who's going to introduce our contestants today.
Thank you, Katie, and hello, everyone. Welcome to this year's Dan Stover Music Competition. And also, I would like to, if I may be so bold, unofficially, Marie Walsh's Serenade Day as well. So with that, I want to say, first of all, to make this day happen, it takes a lot of volunteers, and I'd like to immediately thank Susan Ziobro, Mike Williams, all of our judges, who I will not name until the end of the competition. Also, a special thanks to Del Sol High School, as well Liberty, because they submit so many applications, and sadly, we have to turn some away or find different places. So thank you to your schools for being such actively engaged back with us. So let me just explain how it's going to operate today. Today we have 5 contestants, and these 5 contestants, we're not going to say their name. They all have their contestant number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a minute, I'm going to ask Mike Williams to take contestants 2, 3, 4, and 5 back into the vintage room, and contestant number 1 will be here announced, and they will start their performance. Most performances are 7 minutes, some are 5. So just keep that in mind. Once the 5th contestant finishes, that is when I will ask all judges to go into the bar area to tally their votes and give us who will represent us in the region in the next level of contest. So with that, we will start. Mike Williams, if you could ask you to take contestants 2, 3, 4, and 5 back into the vintage room, please. And that would be there. And if I could ask contestant 1 to come up to the front, please. Looks like they might already be on their way. Perfect. Thank you. And as we do that, the notes I had printed out for myself are exactly what you see on front of the program. But talking today to a few Rotarians, found out that there are a few here who actually met Dan Stover. And where were you meeting? Back in the Desert Inn? Back in the Desert Inn, I believe it was. So I'll be mentioning a little bit about that history here once Pace gets here. So with that, I'll just start. You know the story about the story that I read on the internet, and it was confirmed here personally by one of our members, was that Dan Stover was performing at the district conference after having already known that he was ill, and he performed beautifully and memorably. And it was after that performance in which he passed that the new district governor for our district was from the same Rotary Club that Dan Stover was from. And with that, that's how the Dan Stover music competition took root. I can tell you, being from another district that shall not be named for Rotary Club, we had different competitions, and the Dan Stover music competition is, I wish, one that we would have nationwide. But we're the lucky ones. Here we will have Pace and his accompanist. Have everything you need to share? Okay. Can I get help with it still? Oh, there. Oh, perfect. You can sit here, there, or wherever you'd like. And the clock will begin when your first note. Yes, please. Thank you. You can leave the chair there. We're gonna have a seat. Yeah, ask for, before we call it, we ask Michael to call contestant number 2. And at this time, I'd like to take a brief moment and Katie, is that, hand the meeting back over briefly to Katie for a moment.
Only been doing this for 6 months. I'll get it right at some point. We have a presentation today from Howard and Howard to the USO. Jim, would you like to come up and make that?
Thank you very much, President Katie, my fellow Rotarians. I think quite a few of you know my father was a captain in the Navy, which is the same thing as being a colonel in the Army. And the military is very near and dear to me, as it is to this club with all of our sponsorships. So I am excited and exhilarated to present this check to the USO on behalf of the foundation and Howard for $10,000.
Oh, okay.
My name is Tim Mullen, Executive Director for USO Nevada. So on behalf of the USO, the families we serve, the service members we serve, thank you very much for the donation. This will go a long way to support our USO centers for traveling military service members and our morale boosting and family strengthening programs throughout the state of Nevada. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, test number 2, please. And just a reminder that your time will start once the first note starts. Thank you very much. Michael, if you can help us. Contestant number 2, you can have a seat if you wish, and contestant number 3 will be brought forward here shortly. Wanted to talk to you all about where these students go. Where will the winner today go? What's that process look like? And out of all of the different Rotary clubs, we had several sign up, and from different areas, of course. So let me find my list here. It looks like we have about 17 different clubs in our district that are going to hold competitions like this. Now, mind you, in Southern Nevada, there are 5. So our winner will meet the other 4 winners, and from there determine, it is supposed to go area, region, but depending if they actually held the competition or not, if there's only 3 or 4, we'll just have one more level for them to go through. And if they win that competition, then they will be playing for us all at the district competition here in May. So with that, contestant number 3. Anyone seen sheet music? Okay. Controversy in the Dan Stover music contest. No. Well, with that, what I was going to wrap up in saying was, in that district competition, it depends on how many contestants, how many clubs decided to participate in the event. Last year, similar competitions with the speech competition, you're looking at the order of around $3,000 for the winner of the district competition. If you're curious of what the 5 regionals are, we are one region for Southern Nevada. Then it's California West and East are 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 are Antelope Valley and Victor Valley. So we're really competing with everyone throughout the district. Just so you know, your time will start when your first note. Thank you, contestant number 3. I can have Michael ask you to bring contestant number 4, please. With that, to talk to you about Dan Stover, you saw the speech competition last week, but there's one big topic that I finally have some great news for, and that's RILA. This afternoon or early tomorrow morning, you will all be receiving the email or that students receive. This is the student application. To explain what's taken a little longer is before compliance issues, we're having the children and their guardians only are the only ones that are filling out the form. That's why it took so long. You will all have access to it. You will, and that is to put in front of either put in front of your any candidates that you wish to send to RILA. I'm anticipating the same problem, and I say this happy problem, and that's that we're going to have more applications than we will have spots. We have 15 spots that we budgeted for this year. So I encourage you, there are several that have spoken to me already about it, and that's these are the forms that everyone will need to fill out because the district has visibility on absolutely all candidates and what their position will be. So that's for RILA. So you expect that in your inbox here within the next 24 hours. Similarly, we are going to need volunteers, Rotary volunteers for that event. So can I please have a show of hands of those that have attended RILA before as facilitators? You could do me that favor. So if you could do me a favor, and if anyone has any questions at your table of what that entails, if you could please share that experience with them, because the more volunteers we have, the better. And I can tell you this, whenever there are district events and there is a large Las Vegas presence, the events are really good. So that's hats off to you. So without any more delays, I will present to you contestant number 4, please. Please, thank you. And your time will start when the first note starts. Thank you, contestant number 4. If I could ask Michael to bring a contestant number 5. And a little bit more about Ryla, if you are interested in volunteering, please let me know. There is an online application for you that you must fill out within an adequate amount of time. Because if you haven't done your youth protection training yet, this will trigger that to happen, and all the background checks can be done as well. So we very much thank you for volunteering, because Las Vegas events are the best events in the district, the world, the universe, the multiverse. I want to be the first one to use the multiverse. That's right. A little bit about today. How are our judges? A little bit about how our judging is done. There are 4 general areas. There's the tone and intonation, there's technique, there's interpretation, and there's general effect. So the district has done a great job at providing us judging forms, different information on what to look for, and all to make this the best experience for our kids today, as well as to make sure that just everything is as fair. So with that, I'll have a contestant number 5. For a modern world, we have a digital accompanist. You can sit wherever you like, wherever you're more comfortable. You do that? And your timing will start when your first note.
Raise a toast to crunchy, toasty, Ritz toast.
Thank you, contestant number 5. And we're going to ask our judges if they would please not make haste at recognizing we're getting late on time there. If you could please make your way to the bar area where they will go. They will tally their points and tell us who the rankings are of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could ask them to do that now. And as soon as they leave, I'm going to ask all 5 contestants to come meet me up here in front, where I will turn over the meeting to Susan for us to get to know our contestants a little bit. Okay. Susan, whenever you're ready. May I have all of our contestants up to the front of the room?
Thank you, Renee. I thought a lot of coordinating that you did between both contests last week and this week. And I really appreciate the work that you've done and how great you've been at including me and helping me understand the process and the flow of everything that you've been doing with the youth programs. Thank you. Can you all line up in order that you played? Excellent, thank you. Okay. Just a few minutes. We're going to start, and we have our last musician. We'll be right back after he takes care of his instrument. And I'm going to begin with Pace Wait. Hi, Pace. I understand you go to Liberty High School. Great. And you played a cello piece by Saint-Saëns? Saint-Saëns. Merci. Well, I'm very glad that I listened to it last night. It was very helpful to me to hear the interplay. You did it with a percussion instrument, the piano. Right? Yeah, where I was listening to strings and woodwind. But it's a beautiful piece, and it has so much sweetness in between the passions, and that takes a lot of practice for those transitions. I'm certain. And there was some very tricky bowing.
So you can dance for the next part. Do you play the piece of the
No, I haven't yet, but ideally, yes, I would want to. Yeah.
So now, you have something you like to do to help. What do you do with you?
Yeah, I'm on a swim team, so I swim competitively. So I like to swim each day. We swim for like 3 hours, I think, every day. Sometimes if it's like a long set, I'll just drift off thinking about that stuff. Yeah. Definitely, yes. And after, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Kaylin Campbell. Hi, Kaylin. You go to Del Sol Academy of the Performing Arts, correct? And you play the clarinet, the Cape Cod Files. When I saw that name, I was thinking, that sounds more like a World War II mystery novel for submarines off the coast of Cape Cod. But then I listened to it and realized it was a jazz piece. I loved it. Tell me a little bit about that piece.
So yeah, it was made inspired by jazz and kind of in a tribute to Benny Goodman. That's how the piece opens, but I played the second movement, and it's kind of based off of an accordion-like instrument, and so it kind of has like a little bit of tango in the piece.
And what other instruments do you play?
I also play alto saxophone and soprano saxophone.
And what do you like to do?
I like to roller skate.
Yeah. And where do you hope to perform?
Well, ideally, I would be performing in like pit orchestras and stuff. That's kind of my goal to be there, play a book, and I love just how the cadence goes with the musician.
Watching the pit work is one of my favorite things when I go to the Smith Center. Thank you very much. Hi, Samuel. Hi, Samuel. And you go to Shadow Ridge High School, correct? And you played the viola. And I am not familiar with the Braxabercerti. All right. As a composer, not familiar at all. So what other instruments do you play?
So I do just play the viola mainly. I did start on the violin, so I could fiddle around on that a little bit, but mostly just the viola. No. Yes, definitely plan to go to college for the viola and continue my career in college. I like to, I run track. I do the long jump and the triple. So I don't know, something fun to do. Oh yes, it definitely does. When music, like there's a lot of struggles and a lot of practicing and hard work, and I feel like that just relates to everything else in life, school or anything else you're doing. You have to work hard and practice it.
I gotta hang on to that. All right, Roxy Jones. Hi, Roxy. How are you? Good. And you go to Clark High School? Correct. And you played a beautiful Chopin piece. Not easy. Chopin, sorry. A lot of speed, a lot of power. And my daughter used to play a lot of Chopin. And I can hear her and music teacher saying, go back and do it again. Do you have that a lot as well? All right. And I saw that you have plans on attending some very prestigious schools not close to home. Yeah, I saw MIT, John Hopkins, University of Washington and St. Louis. Yeah, and you're hoping, right? Very good. It's always good to put yourself out there and find out what comes back. So it says you want to major in biotech or pre-med and pre-med. Now I have a hard question. Is it going to be like nanotechnology? What's it going to be?
Well, I like looking into
machine work and like I've been looking into bioinformatics and all. So like looking at how to program code programs that can detect things like cancers and Alzheimer's.
Thank you very much. Christopher Lazarino. Very good. And you go to Del Sol Academy. And tell me about the piece you played.
It's supposed to be based around like any sort of morning routine. Whenever you do someone, you compose what is known as an elegy, and it's a very good way to sort of express your emotion of grieving or the mourning, you know, of like the loss of someone. So yeah.
What do you like to do when you're not playing the cello?
I mean, there are a couple things I might do. Sometimes I might go outside, play some basketball. Sometimes I play chess online. Yeah, so chess.com.
Sounds like it's good for the brain, right?
Yeah.
All right. And,
It's also kind of frustrating.
yeah. You plan to play music after?
Yeah. I don't play in a major, but I do play on club.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our contestants. And I'm now handing control of the mic back to Renee.
Thank you very much, Susan. And if you'd like to, for next year, we need volunteers to put on this and the dance and the four-way speech contest. So please, if you have any interest whatsoever, even if you just want to ask, is this for me? Please contact Susan. So that way we can find a spot for you. Because in a lot of these cases, we've asked volunteers and they said, oh, we should thank you for asking me. And all we're thinking was, we're looking for you. We want you. So with that, I will start with our fifth place contestant. Our fifth place contestant, first of all, thank you all very much for your excellent sharing your talents with us today. With our fifth place with a $50 check is for Pace. Wait. Thank you. And we'll take a picture here at the end and that together. In fourth place, we have Samuel Whitlock. I don't have the graduation. Shake hands. Third place, we have Kaylin Campbell. All right, that was for 50, and that was for 75 for Kaylin. With a $100 check in our second place and our runner-up, we have Christopher Luzarino. Our first place winner and our representative in the next level of contest is Roxy Jones. So thank you all for competing. If I could have Michael, Susan, for a quick picture here, and we'll adjourn the meeting. Get on this side. Thank you very much.
Renee, thank you and your committee for putting this on. A special thank you to all the talented students and the parents and the educators that supported them. There'll be a short meeting of the Centennial Committee in the back of the room following this meeting, and the meeting is adjourned. See you next week.